Happy Friday. Today is October 24th. It is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Freeman. He's my only brother. And today is the 24th of the month, which means I'm in Proverbs chapter 24, and my reflections have to do with reading Proverbs, celebrating. Well, I didn't really celebrate my brother's birthday, I just sang him a song, but that's how we celebrate because he's not in the same state as I am. But I make a call to him and I sing happy birthday to him the Stevie Wonder style. And so that was part of the day. But the day, my biggest lesson that I'm learning with these reflections is rest. Oh my goodness, rest. Because if I don't get enough rest, I'm sleeping in the middle of the day. And that's really the productive part of the day for me. So, yeah, this morning I got up with communion, and that is the best way to start the day for me. That's like number one. So, starting the day with communion. After that, I went into this room called Trucking God's Way, which a visionary friend of mine, Auntie Roz, started years ago. And in that, on Fridays, they have fantastic Financial Friday. So I was able to help in moderating that, and I got a lot of good information on some things that I can do. In fact, I'm starting one right now because we've been talking a lot about AI in the rooms that I've been in, and I'm sure you've probably heard a lot about AI because most of the people that are on these platforms that are big influencers are speaking about AI. It just seems to be the talk of the town, as though we don't know about it, but pretty much everybody knows about it. It's been out for years now. But one of the big lessons that I'm learning in it is that you can teach AI to be your assistant. You can give AI your personification. There's so many different things you can do to help grow your business, to scale your business, to help just be your personal assistant. And Lord knows I need a personal assistant. So I'm signing up AI. So how you doing, the Rizzer 1000? How you doing? So I've been talking about my day reflection, and I brought up AI because the last couple of classes that I've been to, groups that I've been listening to, they've been talking about AI. And when I turn on my computer, the commercials that come on are all about AI. There's AI training, there's AI coaching. What college football team do you like? Good question. I don't necessarily have a favorite college football team. How you doing, Evan? Let me think. Where are you from, ma'am? I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's see, college football, college football. I have to really think. I think I went to one college football game, and it was one of the HBSC colleges, and it was a marching band. So I was really more into the band than the football game because they marched, and it was entertaining. Welcome to India. Hello from India. I'm trying to think of a college football team. I can't think of one. Florida A&M, is that a college? I think so. And I just guessed, so don't take me at that. Tell me who your favorite college football team is, because I'm not a, what do you say? I won't say I'm not a college football fan. I'll just say I'm not fully aware of the different college football teams. So it is, okay. So Florida A&M, okay. So somebody really likes that, maybe, kind of, sort of. You're like, okay. Georgia Bulldogs. Ooh, Georgia Bulldogs. Okay, I'll have to check that out. George, well, I know right now is it the World Series going on right now? So I did watch a little bit of that. And I was fascinated with, I think his name is Hernandez, watching him pitch. I was like, wow. He just, when I watched, it was like 3 in a row strikeouts. I was like, wow, this is good. And then after that, it got kind of boring. I typically don't watch baseball for that reason. But man, when I see such precision, get into it. So that's baseball. But I know I've switched subjects here. So let me see. What was the rest of today? Today was so rainy here. I'm in Washington State. It was so rainy today. I had an open house because I'm determined to get these houses sold before the winter. And this one I held open for really, I just wanted it open for at least an hour to 2 hours. So how you doing, Joseph? I had it open for about an hour and a half, and it poured down. It rained so hard. So I was about to leave. I had turned off all the lights, locked up everything. And as soon as I went to pick a sign up from in front of the house and brought it back to the car, a lady pulls up. She slows down. And I look at her and I do like this, like you come here. And she was like, so I open the house back up. She walks through. She really likes it. But she says, hey, I'm from the neighborhood and I've bought 2 out here before, but I just like to look at them and see what they're like. I said, well, never know. You might find somebody or you might decide this is your next home. So you never know who the next buyer is going to be. So that was the showing today, but man, it was pouring down. And after that, I was just ready to get home. I was ready to get home. And before then, I took a little nap. Because I was feeling so tired. I was like, well, if I'm not productive, if I'm sitting here at the computer falling asleep, I might as well take a nap. So that's what I did. And I got up refreshed. I got a little fruit fly flying in front of my face. I got bananas over here. The bananas tend to get ripe a little too fast sometimes. So happy Friday. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday or Saturday if you're already in the future. Some of you are in the future. I've seen people, from India. I think India, you're in the future. So happy Saturday maybe to you, and it's still happy Friday night for me and many of us here. So let's see. So my lesson for today has to do with rest. Yeah, catch those naps if you need them, or go to bed early, right? What time is it? It's 9:50 p.m. and I have the little bed sign on my clock because I set the alarm on my phone to notify me when it's 10 o'clock to get ready for bed. It doesn't make me get ready for bed. It just kind of shows me what time it is. Oh, 12:50. So that's East Coast. So you're on the East Coast. You're up late. Go Bulldogs. You're up late. So on a Friday night, typically I'll go to bed a little early on Friday night because I'm tired by the week. Yeah, tired. So I'm going to start tomorrow with 2 open houses. I have one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Georgia. I was in Georgia, was it this year or last year? I went to an event in Atlanta. It was called, what was the event called? It was it was called The Gathering. That's what it was. I went to an event called The Gathering, and it was amazing. It was a lot of influential people from all over the world that came together to celebrate different things. I was actually nominated for a wealth, what was the award? It was a wealth award, entrepreneurship award. So I got nominated. So that was fun. So I think I'm going to wind down. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. And thank you for your shares. This has been, 295. Let me do a quick look of how many days I've been going live consecutively. Yes, I do believe in God. Let's see, I'm looking for the number of days. I want to say it's 296. I gotta find it on here. 296. I have too many pop-ups on my, here we go. I am on, no, it says 292. That's not right. Okay, let's see. How many days have I been going live? Here we go. Find you live. 290. So sorry, 297. Whoa. Okay, 297 days of reflections. So I call it 297 of 365 days of reflections. And Proverbs today, which was Proverbs 24, had to do with life and conduct, like precepts. There it is, precepts and warnings. That's what it is. I thought it was life and conduct. So it's precepts and warnings. So these are warnings on the things to look out for. And that's what wisdom says, to not be envious of evil. Not be envious of evil. And let's see, what's another verse I like? Let's see. I like this verse. Wisdom is too exalted for a hardened, arrogant fool. Wisdom is too exalted for hardened, arrogant fool. So wisdom is too high for foolishness. That's how I like to say it. Wisdom is too high for foolishness. So that's my share for today. I am going to cut it off a little earlier tonight so I can get up and get ready for an open house in the morning and one in the afternoon, because dadgummit, I'm going to get these properties sold. Yeah, I've been in real estate for now 30, let's see, it started in 94, so what is that, 31, almost 32 years. Wow. And when I started out, I don't even remember, was I in my early 30s or something? I use all types, all versions lately, and I like to switch them up each month. I read a different one. So lately I've been reading the Amplified. I like the New Living Translation. I have a New King James Version. I like the Message. I like a lot of different versions, but if I were just reading one on a regular, and I like the, I can't call it right now. Oh man, can't call it right now. Let's see, what is it called? I haven't read that one in a while. Now I can't find the name of it. Not the Good News, not the, I can't find it. Look up Old Pathway Baptist. Oh, that's a different one. I don't see that one. And I'm looking on YouVersion. That's what I'm looking at. I don't see that one. Looking. Nope, I don't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not here. It's probably in a different search engine. So I am going to call it a night, only because I'm pretty tired, and I think if I focus on getting my rest, I'll be more refreshed and be able to share a lot better. So it's on YouTube. Okay, I have to check it out. I just listened to this police officer story that I switched off from. He was saying he was hearing from God, and he was talking about de-arresting someone and talking about that whole story on that relationship that was built and how he was actually frowned upon by his, well, it's just a whole long story, but I wish I could. What I'll do is I'll share that video in my page. But man, it was a real powerful story about this police officer hearing from God and how he de-arrested a suspect who had just cold-cocked a police officer. So his story was amazing, powerful, to hear that share how he was hearing from God and how that one encounter ended up leading to so many different drug bust and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, and then he talks about how that ended, how that relationship ended, because they started to get into like the drug cartel and stuff, and he thought, the season is over for that relationship. So that was really interesting. That's on YouTube, so I'll find it again. I want to finish listening to that and share it. So is it somebody's birthday, or are you celebrating? My brother's birthday's today. He turns Let's see, he was born in 61, so what would that make him? 64, I think. I think that makes him 64. I was going to say 65, but no. He was born in 61, so I think that makes him 64, I think. Okay. All right. On YouTube. Well, go Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs. Yeah, I couldn't find O Pathways. So I am going to go ahead and say good night. I was singing Carol Burnett songs earlier on. And I still love Carol Burnett. I was actually listening to some of her comedy yesterday, I think it was, and watching some of her shows. I like comedy. I like clean comedy. So, but again, I keep saying I'm getting off, and then I keep talking. So this time, I am going to say goodbye, and you have a good night too. All right. Bye-bye.